I want you basically to tell us, it could be either one affirmation or multiple affirmations that you can just come up with on the spot that may define you.
Mhm. I actually, one that I have as my screensaver right now is I will be positive today. Um, just keeping a positive mindset, I think, is really important because, like, your thoughts eventually become your reality. And yeah, I will be positive today.
Sheesh. I like that.
Whatever that I say I am, I can achieve just what I want to. Do you believe? Do you believe? Yeah. Do you believe? Do you believe? Yeah, yeah. I am whatever that I say I am, I can achieve just what I want to. Do you believe? Do you believe? Yeah, yeah. What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Diino. For those who don't know, I'm a 4-time All-American from the University of Kansas, motivational speaker, and your host of the Diino Show. The Diino Show is literally the #1 motivational show in the world. I created this show for you to stay motivated, energized, and focused as you chase your dreams around the world. Hey, I believe in you. It's time to believe in yourself. Sheesh.
Of course. Let us know, like, for people who don't know who you are, I guess where you're located right now and what you do out there.
So originally I'm from Chicago. I graduated at Romeoville High School when I was like 13. We moved to the suburbs, and from there I had my first track coach, and that brought me to NIU, and I was really grateful just for the opportunity to be able to run. And yeah, I had a really great time, and we're gonna keep on having a good time. We're just gonna keep on working, keep on having fun.
What year are you in college right now?
So, funny story. So I didn't run freshman year and I didn't run COVID year. So I'm in my grad program, but this would be my second outdoor season or my third
Wow.
outdoor season, I think.
It's so interesting. Everyone that I talk to now in college, they bring up like the COVID year and everything like that. So like before we even get into that specifically, what event are you doing in track? Like, let us know. You fast? You got bounce? What's up?
The 400, the 200, we doing whatever my coach put me in.
So
So,
what is your favorite? What is your favorite out of those?
so my favorite, honestly, is the 400.
Okay, wow, that's interesting. I mean, I know a lot of people's favorites probably is the 400. I just know I was so
Mhm.
slow. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're definitely way faster than me. Like, you were doing the 400, what, since you were in high school, middle school? Like, when did you start track?
So that's the funny story. I got recruited for the 400, but I never ran it in high school.
Wow, okay.
So
That's
when I
possible. I mean, you know.
yeah, so I had the coach that was recruiting me. He would come to all my different track meets or whatever, and he would always tell me, Jones, you're gonna do the 400.
But wait, were you like, how good were you in high school? Like, let's start freshman year. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Like, like, were you good in freshman year? Let's just ask that. Were you good freshman year of high school? How good were
I
you?
would say, I would say I was.
Okay, so at what point did you feel like, okay, like I know I could go D1? When did the dream of of just going to a university in general come into play?
Honestly, that dream started really early. I had a coach that was in the military, and I was my first coach. So I knew every day I went to practice, it wasn't going to be like, you know, because I want to just be on a team like how most people are in middle school. So I started track in 6th grade, and having a coach that was in the military, it was kind of tough, like being 12 years old, knowing I'm going to go to practice and run ten laps as a warm up.
Oh nah, that's wild.
Yeah. So
Oh
um,
no,
I,
that's wild.
I placed at state in 7th grade. And from there, I started getting college letters. And, they did it differently back then. But from there, I knew that I wanted to run. Before track, I did basketball. I did cheerleading, I did gymnastics, I did ballet, I did swimming. So I was always pretty active, but track is what took my heart. So that's where I ended up at.
So could you have seen yourself going big in any of those other sports?
um, Maybe basketball. Um,
Hey.
yeah,
What was
basketball.
you, a point guard?
Yeah. Um, Sometimes center. So
Sometimes center.
yeah, it just depends on what yeah, I don't know. Let's just stick with track. Let's stick with track.
I'm like, wait, hold up. That's so funny. Yo, but so listen, um, let us know, where does your motivation come from? Like, because everyone knows if you're running the 400, that you have to be motivated to know your body is going to be dead like every time you run your race. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to give
Mhm.
it your all, every situation. So where does that motivation come from? Or like, do you feel like you're motivated?
Um, Honestly, um, I know that every day when I go to practice, I have to choose to work hard, and that's what I choose to do. And I follow what my coach tells me. I make sure my outside life equals to the hard work I want to put in the track. So, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that extra stuff. I just try to be focused all around. And what really inspires me to keep going is knowing that I have siblings and I'm the oldest. And I want them to know, like, they don't have to struggle. Like, they can work towards something, they can be different, they can challenge themselves. Like, I want them not to be scared to challenge themselves. I think challenging myself over the years has really helped me grow.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you give an example of something that challenged you, maybe in track or in school specifically, that you had to get over?
um, I would say one of my greatest strengths is asking for help. So I choose every day, like every day I'm on earth, I know I'm gonna be a student until my last day on earth. Like, I'm just gonna keep learning, I'm gonna keep asking for help. And every time, I need something or I'm struggling, or, as a first generation college student, there's always going to be struggles on top of being an athlete. And I just learned to ask for help and go out of my way. And it's really those uncomfortable moments that make you grow into the person that you want to be to hit those certain goals. Like, one time I had a teacher. I had 4 teachers during my undergrad who really helped me grow. And one of my teachers, this one was from education, my education class. And she was like, one day, she was like, "Do you want to come to Africa with me?" And I was like, um, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah.
Um, so I went to Africa. I went to Kenya for a month. And just by
Wow.
creating bonds with my teachers and, be willing to learn, um, I was able to experience not just the athlete side of things, but also even broader student side of things as well. So I was grateful to be able to teach calculus and marketing in Kenya.
Wow. I can see you're an explorer and you work very hard. Is this something
Mhm.
that, like, since you were young, you could see? Like, okay, for example, maybe when you're like 12 or 11, you see someone who's
Mhm.
older and they're doing something, you're like, wow, like, when I'm that age, like, I could see myself doing that. Did that happen to you when you were younger, where you could envision kind of where you are or where you're even going?
Honestly, that didn't really happen when I was younger, but I did have one person who I really looked up to growing up, and that was my cousin. He was an athlete. He went to Kansas as well. Um,
Hey.
he played basketball. His name is Isaiah Moss, and I just remember, I wanted to be like him. Like he inspired me. Like he just went to Australia to play internationally, and as him being my older cousin, I was like, dang, that's cool. What happens when you stay focused? Like I just kept
Yeah.
seeing him go further. Like he went from Simeon to Iowa to Kansas to Australia. Like I was like, that is so cool. Like every time he came to one of my track meets, it just really motivated me, and I was really grateful.
Yeah, I like that story actually. And by the way, we gotta pause because your hair looks fire right now.
Thank
I'm like, yo,
you.
look at this.
Shout out to my
Man.
hairstylist.
Sheesh,
Yeah.
man, that's lit. Yo, so for people who don't know or haven't realized already, like you're at school right now, right? Or are you at home?
Not at the moment, no.
Like, you're at like home or like are you
Um
do you go to like do you take your breaks from school or do you stay like to train? Like,
Honestly, I would be training right now, but I'm not training right now because yeah, I'm not. We'll say that off camera.
facts, I got you. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So wherever you are personally,
Mhm.
um, is there anything that like you're looking forward to this year specifically? Not this like this school year, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
is there maybe a big event or something you're trying to accomplish?
A big event like in my race.
Well, it could be anything. Could be a
Something I'm trying to accomplish. Well, I really want to finish my master's program. Like being younger and being a first generation college student, I never imagined myself going as far as I am, and it's really important to me. And I realized, they always say education is the key to success. I'd be like, no, you're being cliche. But no, it really is. Like I had so many opportunities that opened up because of college, and yeah, I also want to get my 400 time down. I have a certain time in mind. you know, Last season I was telling my coach, I want to hit this time. I want to hit this time. But I kept having like, pauses in my training and things like that. But I hit that time in my last race of the season. So it's just, you know, amazing how God works and how you can keep working towards something and manifest your goals.
Yeah. Speaking of track, like I know you said like I show up to practice and I like have a choice to work hard or not work hard. Like it I understand you can make that decision, but there are times where you're either hurt, like, or you're just so dang tired, you know what I'm saying? Like, are
Mm-hmm.
you trying to compete against your teammates do you think of people who are in your conference that like are better than you that makes you run harder? Are you just thinking about like I'm just here, I have the opportunity? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Do any of these things play in your head when you're at practice? Because like
I've never shared any of these stats, so you would be the first
yeah,
to hear. Um, so conference last year, I placed second by 0.002. So she beat me by 0.002 milliseconds. And I always think about that, like, that is crazy. Like, I think about that in practice. Um, and then my teammates, shout out to my teammates because, we all push each other. Like, the talent on our team, sheesh, they don't know. They don't know what they have coming.
let's
A
go.
mid-major school having a 23, 23, 54, 54, probably a 53, um, 55. Like, we got some 11 fours, 11 threes. Like, we're competing in practice every day because what one person can't do, the other person can. Like, the girl that runs 11-3, she probably can't do the 53 400. But, on those practice days where we have, endurance type sprints, you know, the endurance person is going to push the short sprints person. And then, we're all pushing each other. And
Yeah,
that helps our race come together. There's different phases of each person's race. And, we learn different things about each other. And I'm just so grateful to be on this team. And, we won our first MAC championships indoor ever for the program. And I think, being on this program from 2018 until now, I've seen the changes. And
yeah.
I can't say because, I haven't been on the other programs, but I think this is the most this team has developed. And I'm just really grateful to be a part of it. And, I got my ring. And, I was happy about that. Our coach put a little bling on it, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to go for that ring this year.
Yeah, that is nice actually. And I was even gonna ask you about like your other schools because a lot of people they have trouble during their recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any other schools that you were considering? Like how hard was your decision?
Oh, so it's an interesting story. Yeah, I was considering other schools, but my coach is the only coach that went to the Olympics and placed 13th in the world. So they're the only ones that, went a little over the edge and showing up in my track meets, making sure, when I did my official visit, you know, it was nice. It's not that far from home. And I guess I can say I've never truly been away from home. But yeah, I did have a decent amount of schools. And that really came from the very ending of my high school track career. Because I was on a team called Aurora Flyers. Aurora Flyers is a really popular AAU track team. And the coach is Boatwright. So, his son plays overseas and his other grandson is in the NFL. So he already had like a little hype going. And when I was 17, I ran 54.3 in a relay outdoors. And after I hit that time and we got first, I had got so many coaches contacting me because I had never ran the 400 before that day. And I was still going to stick with NIU. I had some Big Ten schools. My heart
I
was
want
really.
to hear a school name. Let's hear a school
I
name.
don't want to be
We
messy.
gotta compare.
It doesn't matter. I had U of I, Iowa,
Okay.
um, the school in Baton Rouge, is it Southern University? Yeah, Southern University, Illinois State, uh, um, a school in Florida. You know, my heart was really set on Florida, because you know I wanted to be in the hot weather, and
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Iowa. I didn't like that they had too many people on their team.
Iowa.
They had
That's
too many
funny.
people on their team and like only two coaches.
That's
Like it
interesting.
just didn't seem like personal enough.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
you.
because you know my cousin went there, so yeah, it was that sort of thing.
So out of those schools, you chose um to stay in Illinois, right? Um,
I did.
tell me, like, and obviously now you're saying like it's the best experience. Why do you feel like it was the best experience though?
Um, why was it the best experience? Well, first funny story. So on my official visit, you know, my friend Caitlin, she's not on the team anymore. She graduated. So on her official visit, they had this diner or whatever. They had like boneless wings, and they was like, "Yeah, we're building an Olympic Center. You know, yeah, we got all this going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get y'all new locker room belts." Never happened. None of that never happened. Never seen any of that food ever again after that day.
Oh, that is so funny. The food
Yes.
part is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Um. Yeah, we always talked about that, me and Caitlin. But really, it was the best experience because, for one, I knew I had coaches that cared, and I knew I had coaches that would push me. Um, my coach has really seen me grow in a lot of areas, and I'm really grateful that I was able to have those mentors in my life, and I was grateful that I was able to choose them as my mentors. Um, so my old coach, he's not my coach anymore. He actually left, but he's the one that recruited me, Coach Wildbrink, and yeah, he always told me, he was like, "Yeah, I'm your track dad." He really was. um, yeah, and I'm just grateful that you know I had those mentors as a first generation college student, because like I find that it's harder, and you know we go through a lot of struggles, and yeah, um I'm just so grateful. And then also my great grandmother was one of the reasons I picked NIU. She lived 10 minutes away, but she passed away 2 years ago. And I would always go see her. You know, when she went to the hospital, I was there doing my homework. And yeah, that's one of the reasons, one of the things that motivated me.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So, of course, it's an amazing school that you're at
Mhm.
right now. Some people pick a good school, some people don't. Um, but it's great that you did like the school that I went to. I'm happy like the first choice was like the best choice.
Mhm.
What advice though would you give yourself? Let's say if you were like 16, you know what I'm saying, to make it where you are right now or even further.
Well, the first thing you have to do is follow your heart, and choose the school that you want to go to. Don't choose the school that someone else wants you to go to. Don't choose the school because your boyfriend is going there or your girlfriend. Choose somewhere that you're going to be happy. You need to really ask yourself what makes you happy, and can you see yourself being there for 4 years, possibly five?
Yeah. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. When I chose, I wasn't thinking about that last part. Like, will I be here for a long time? The only thing I thought about was I gonna be on TV? Like, if I knew I was gonna be on TV, I'm like, yo, okay, this is a part of the choice. You know what I'm saying? Um, for real.
Mhm.
But yo, so I was actually going through your Instagram, and I was like, looking. I'm like, okay, like you dressing up like every single photo, and you got a lot of photos. So,
Mhm.
like, would you consider yourself a model? Like, what you doing with the fashion? You know what I'm saying?
Um, I like putting the fits on. I like getting a little jazzy here and there. I got a little something on right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Too much though, not too much. But honestly, how did that happen? So in like third grade, I would like always put the fits on. Like I was dressing up
yeah.
going to school as a Bratz doll. And then some days I
That's
would
cool.
dress up as a tomboy. Um but my teacher, she was calling me a trendsetter. And that's how I got my Instagram name. I just kept that name since I was like 12. But yeah, I used to model. But then, that was before it was, you know, NCA approved. So I couldn't post it, or it had to be, an official job that I would report and things like that. So,
Yeah,
now that they started making it legal, it's just really nice that they gave athletes the platform to be able to connect with other brands and, be more than an athlete, you
yeah.
know, have your identity connected to, not just a sport. So that's nice.
Yo, so why you say like you used to be a model? I'm looking at a photo from like 5 days ago, literally. I'm like, okay, the hat is fire. Yo, okay, this is not like a normal fit. You gotta shop? You shopping online or what?
Look, I'll be getting the fits from Amazon, or mostly I like Amazon because they come.
Really? I
Look,
see.
that Amazon shipping be something.
It's fast,
Like,
yo. I got everything. I get everything from Amazon. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah, it be.
That's crazy. Yo, I seen your YouTube too. Weren't you like showing what were you doing on your YouTube? Was it fits? It was beauty something, right? No, I'm not tripping. Or something with track.
Oh yeah,
It
I be.
was a day in the life or something.
Yeah, I did a day in the life of a student athlete. I think the most viewed video on there is a video I did of homecoming with my friend Izzy. So I wanted to add a little lifestyle, the college background. And then I know like when I picked my college, I would always search like a day in the life of a student athlete NIU. And I could never find
Right.
anything, and because I wanted to know so badly what it was like, and I could never find anything. So I just wanted to be that person that could probably, help someone make their decision.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. So what would you say you want? Is there like something you want people to know about you or gain from like maybe looking at your profile or watching your
Mhm.
videos?
Um, like, what do you mean?
Just saying like, okay, so for your videos, this is a better question. Why should people follow your YouTube? What are you going to post on it, basically? Like,
Mhm.
what are your videos going to be about?
So my videos just give more insight to being a student athlete at NIU and also being more than a student athlete. So if someone likes fashion, just regular lifestyle videos, or, just someone who's probably just a supporter of NIU. I'm still figuring out the whole idea, but,
Yeah,
I realized that I've went through a lot of adventurous things in the past year, and I wanted to be able to share that. And I still haven't uploaded all those videos because editing takes so long.
Imagine, yo, I'm already knowing. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's really what it is.
Nah, I get that. So okay, I'm just looking at these photos because they're so fire. Who usually takes your pictures?
My sister, my mom, sometimes me. Like if I have a brand deal and there's a certain deadline I have to hit and I don't have no one to take it, then I'll find a way to take it. Um,
Yeah, because it's like even, but the reason I'm even asking is like you have to be like motivated to take these pictures. So like on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say your motivation is?
some days it's a 10, some days it's a 5. Like that last picture I took, it was definitely like a 4.
Really? So like, so when you're unmotivated, then what are you doing to still take action? Like, is it just like either way I'm doing this, or like
Mhm.
is motivation not a factor when it comes to you still putting in work? Like, how does that work?
Um, it's definitely a factor because I think some people think it's probably just like taking a picture, but like the brands, they give us guidelines and they'll say, we don't want this, we don't want that, we don't want this. Or you'll turn the picture and they'll be like, we don't like it. Like, what do you mean you don't like it? It's just a picture. But yeah. So it's just knowing that I have to get it done really because I signed a contract or something.
Yeah, I like that honestly. So, is there anything that you want people to, I guess, know about you that like maybe I didn't ask?
Um, I'm sort of private. Even though I post a lot, I'm private. So I never post that time. Like I never post in real time
Yeah,
unless I'm at a track meet. I never post in real time. I probably post like after, probably a week after or something like that. I don't like putting a lot of my information out there. Um, yeah, and that's really all that is to it. This is the most.
well, I was gonna say, like, yo, that's a lot of people, honestly. Even like people may see you on social media and be like, yo, like they may feel like they know so much about you, even though they
Mhm.
probably don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Um, so listen, a lot of the times, when I have like coaching meetings, I basically teach people about affirmations, right?
Mhm.
So every day when I wake up, I'll say things like, I am great, I am blessed, I am strong, I am courageous. And I
Mhm.
come up with different ones in order to motivate me to chase my dreams, literally.
Mhm.
So, for example, like the past weekend, I've been saying a lot of I am organized to make sure that I organize everything I need to in my life. So
Mhm.
I want you basically to tell us. It could be either one affirmation or multiple affirmations that you can just come up with on the spot that may define you.
Mhm. I actually, one that I have as my screensaver right now is I will be positive today. Um, just keeping a positive mindset, I think, is really important because, like, your thoughts eventually become your reality. And yeah, I will be positive today.
Sheesh.